Hello, everybody. It is the Last Raider, and today I've got a video on here about a ComicsGate campaign that has now been a resounding success. I am going to call it now that Raging Golden Eagles is no doubt going to hit 100,000. I am going to even say he'll get the 150,000, no problem, probably. Stretching it at probably 200,000 unless something really crazy happens. But from what I've seen, he's going to get up there. I would almost say that if things work out and the stars align perfectly at the end of the campaign, this guy could almost hit $500,000. He is making retarded levels. I mean, retarded levels of sales right now. And this is an old, excuse me, a very old picture that screenshot I've taken here from Thursday, and I'm doing this video on Friday. So if you go to the campaign, there's a shit ton more money, shit ton more stuff sold. I'm going to tell you right now, that's because he's making bank coming and going. And how is it that a guy like this can make this kind of money and have this kind of success? Well, it's not something that happens overnight. If you talk to Ethan Van Sciver, if you ask anyone in ComicsGate that's been successful, they'll tell you there's a very simple way of making money in ComicsGate. You go out, you start a channel, you get an internet following, you work for about a year, and it takes about a year's worth of work. You build up a fairly decent sized audience, and you got to put the work into it, which is what I'm trying to do right now with this channel. I want to do a comic book at some point in time, and I want it to be successful, so I'm putting the work in right now. I'm not being coy about it. I'm not being secretive about it. That's one of the reasons I do this channel. Plus, it also gives me something to talk about, and I like talking with people since I've been on here. I've met some really weird and interesting individuals in my short time here on YouTube. But after you build up your audience, you can then leverage them to buy a certain product, and that means you're still providing a form of entertainment. You're just providing an entertainment that requires a little bit more work than doing YouTube videos all the time. And at the end of the day, this actually works. Now, this system is really effective for putting out products because as a YouTuber, you could obtain a little bit of income. It's not going to be your YouTube channel cannot be your primary source of income. You're not going to be the Jake Paul person. I hope most people don't end up like Jake Paul, a washed out has-been who had 15 minutes of fame. But anyway, if you're doing this on a YouTube channel, you would be getting like a Patreon or something, where people would pay in, and that Patreon money can be used to do R&D, do research, do development on a product, and get it almost totally there. So that when you get to the point of letting your comic out, you can do like Raging Golden Eagle does and have most of the book completed by then. I don't know if there's any more new tiers. He's done said he can't do Chromium because of how thick the book is. I'd be figuring out a way to do Chromium personally because I think that's the best way to do a comic book, especially a first edition if you're going to put it out. But I haven't gotten when I get to that point of doing a comic book, we're going to cross that road. I will find a way to do it. It will be innovative. But anyway, you have a guy here that's doing a fantasy book in Toriyama style, which almost everyone would agree that this would be a good idea, except for the people that are running companies. Also, ComicsGate's model, speaking of companies, ComicsGate's business model enables them to be more agile and more aggressive than comic book companies are, especially the big two. With them, you've got multiple people you've got to be paying for and an entire group of individuals. But ComicsGate can maintain a book and let a few people take maximum profits, which enables them to push even better books. Richard Myers right now has been talking that he wants to do up to 4 book campaigns a year. How would he do this? He would just simply hire. He would come up with concepts and hire writers, probably people in ComicsGate that have proven themselves, or on Indiegogo that have proven themselves. Add a illustrator to it, and an inker, and a letterer to that, and just basically a 5-man team per campaign. And that would be enough to put out a decent-sized graphic novel that would keep people interested for a while. You're not going to be producing floppies, and the best... If you're going to be producing floppies, the best business model would be Alternas. I'm just going to say Alterna can put really decent quality comics out on the cheapest materials, like comic books used to be printed on back in the day, and they're actually turning a major profit off of it. They're going old school and doing a good job. So that's the only way you probably be able to do monthly floppies and still be able to pull a decent amount of money out of it. But with the ComicsGate method, you can concentrate pretty decent sums of cash into a single book, make it a super high quality endeavor, whereas Marvel is trying to pump out the same quality of book and the same decency of story and the same, quality of story and quality of writing almost on a monthly basis at times. And a lot of times they don't get that done. A lot of times they're late, and it kind of pisses off the customers. Also, with ComicsGate's model of using Indiegogo and YouTube, you can communicate with the people that are buying your book, and if something comes up, you can explain it rapidly and quickly. Whereas with DC and Marvel, sometimes they just tell you to shut up and buy the book. And it enables you to have to let people, just know something's happening. People are more compassionate when they know that when they understand the situation than they are being kept in the dark. But anyway, folks, this is ComicsGate's model. Get a YouTube channel, start a following, and then leverage that following to make some extra money. Most people don't mind you having success because they usually end up enjoying your content. And some people would tell you that they enjoy your content enough, they'll say you should be making money off of it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I think on this. I think the ComicsGate's model has now been proven as an absolute success. I think it's a business model that anyone could use, even Marvel, if they're willing to, give a few people the axe and, get rid of some very unsavory characters who think that criticism is some form of an attack. But anyway, folks, tell me what you think about this in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notification. And if you like the video, do like the video. It helps my channel out a lot and helps me get to the viewership I'm trying to get to. Anyway, I'm The Last Raider. Keep your head on a swivel, stay frosty, and I will see you guys next time.